All right, people, get in here. It is time for one of the greatest things that you're going to see today. Now, this show is not going to be alive because I had a prior engagement, but in light of that, I have prepared for you one of the greatest things that you're going to see in a while. The anti-ICE protesters have resorted to throwing very interesting things, and everyone's catching it right across the face. You'll get that joke in a second. This one you're going to love. I swear, you might be dead if you don't. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Y'all, this is where we've got. This is where we've arrived to. So clearly, the left is winning so good with the ICE thing that no one is talking about it. They're celebrating the stupidest things imaginable, and now they're throwing sexual toys at people. I wish I could make this stuff up. If your sensibilities are offended, I'm sorry. I'm just reporting what's happening. All right, you can follow me on X at Braden LOA. Guys, I swear, this is the gift that just keeps on giving. All right, so first of all, in reference and reverence to our normal live streams, we always start off with a little bit of stupid. Well, the lefties have now gone down the road of just partnering and being excited that cartel members are going against ICE agents. You can't make this stuff up. By the way, ads are writing themselves. Watch this.
The cartel is targeting ICE agents. And gangs all across America are banding together to fight this bullshit. I fucking needed this good news today. You've gotta understand, if the cartel and rival gangs coming together to fight you, you fucked up. And I am all for that shit. Go get 'em, boys.
This is the party of tolerance and acceptance, by the way. And the party of common sense, and the party that knows better than you about everything. Yeah, they're celebrating the idea that national gangs and the narco-terrorists are forming up against a federal government entity. This is the left. This is the Democrats. This is spectacular. I can't wait to show you the dildos. Again, I'm not making this up. Forgive me if your sensibilities are offended. This is what they're doing. They're cheering on narcos, they're cheering on gangbangers. The party of sensibility is now doing that because they override their reason with their emotional stupidity. And now, because ICE is the great Satan, they're going to partner with narco-terrorists and gangbangers. These people are hopeless. But anyway, let's keep on going, because again, this is why, right here, this is why they've lost. This is why I've told you they're losing. This is why they are abandoning this narrative in mass, okay? Look, Representative Chris DeLuzio, Democrat from Pennsylvania, opposes defunding ICE. Hey, here's a question, and come here real quick. Why would a Democrat in a swing state abandon opposing ICE and opposing funding for ICE if it was such a winning message? Real question. You can let me know what you think in the content and in the chat in the comments below, because everything that they're telling you would indicate that the obvious solution would be to defund ICE because they're so unpopular and the actions are so unpopular. And yet you have Democrats in swing states, the most important swing state in the United States right now until 2030, is saying, I'm not going to defund ICE. And the far left on X is going, bro, you're in a Harris plus 6 district. What are you doing? What are you doing? They're reading the polling. They're not falling for your propaganda bullshit. They are following the polling because the population is with the people in this audience. 61% of population wants the immigration to continue. This is nothing outside of the realm of political reality. But these lefties on X who have no political consequences for them, they're going to push them far to the left. But the actual people on the street trying to get elected, the perfect solution to defunding ICE sure does seem to be abandoning by a lot of Democrats, doesn't it? It's almost like they're lying to you. But now let's keep on going. Let me show you what they're doing in Minneapolis. Nationally. A Fifth Circuit panel has backed ICE mass detention policy in a 2-to-1 ruling. That's new. That's additional to what I did prior this evening. And then on top of that, you've got the lefties looking like absolute fools throwing dildos at people now. Not making this up. Anti-ICE rioters are now throwing their dildos at ICE agents in Minneapolis. Here's the actual clip. I'm not going to play the audio because there's no reason for the F-bombs. But what you're actively seeing is the new freedom fighters in the left have now resulted to throwing dildos against all the ICE agents and all the cars that they presume to be ICE agents. Oh, it gets much better because there's friendly fire. There's friendly incoming dildo fire in a second. Guys, this is really I'm not making this up. Like, if you had put a bingo card for this weekend for me to cover a video about lefties issuing friendly fire of dildos amongst their own, I mean, yeah. All right. And this is some friendly fire I was referring to. Look at this. They're actually going after other lefties. The Nuremberg 2.0, the dildos are all over the trucks. The dildo artillery opens up. There's the sticky applications on the hood. I mean, man, look, he's like, I've got signs. Leave me alone. Cease fire of the dildos. Nope, they keep on flying. Could have done a really easy joke there, but I'm not gonna. They just keep on flying. Keep on continuing. Keep on not ceasing. You guys get what I'm going with this. But this is friendly fire. Nuremberg 2.0. Guys, cease fire on the dildos. He's one of us. This is why this doesn't hold water anymore. It has no mileage whatsoever for the left. That's why you've got people in a +6 district in Pennsylvania abandoning this whole anti-ICE thing. On to the next thing. This is why I continue to do these videos where I'm like, guys, they are openly throwing spaghetti at the wall. They are just trying to create whatever chaos they can because they want power. That is it. That's why this was the #1 most important thing in the universe until the dildos started flying, and then the ICE polling came out and they abandoned that, just like they abandoned the Maduro thing, just like they abandoned the Epstein files. It's the exact same thing. You think it's a coincidence that the Epstein files just aren't a talking point anymore? It's because the Democrats are in that stuff. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's keep on going. Where was I? Oh yeah, friendly fire dildos. Now, this is the other piece, and this I find this fascinating because the left's narrative and the spin is saying that the far left protesters won, and all those riots and uprisings. It's crazy how, they're getting arrested for stealing signs of counter protesters now by the Minneapolis State Police. You think it's a coincidence that they haven't been covering it ad nauseum on the media recently? It's because all of these unlawful protests and unlawful riots are now being busted up, and it's obvious they're illegal. This is why, because Tim Walz literally bent over a barrel for Donald Trump and Tom Homan, and the police are now arresting people who are stealing anti-protester commentary, anti-protester signage, and those things. They're getting arrested. The far left progressives are getting arrested. The rioters, the paid agitators, the ones who are actively out there to sow discord in our nation. And then magically, everything disappears the second that Tim Walz abandons his sanctuary city policies. I mean, guys, I'm not saying anything about myself, but y'all were right. This whole thing about ICE got defeated and Donald Trump got defeated and Minneapolis won, it's a whole lot of talking points bullcrap. Because what you're looking at is all the leftist rioters getting broken up, all the different individual little barricades that they made in the area to create their own checkpoints. The people against borders, by the way. Borders are evil, so they created their own in the middle of the street. This is what's happening here. Actually, I'll play the audio on this one because they're real pissed. You can hear the lefties are getting upset as the police, the Minneapolis police, you can see the badges right there, are dismantling all of their stupidity. And they're screaming, but we're protecting the community. Y'all, they lost. They got their heads pushed in, honestly. But this is weird how all of a sudden, magically, when the police are involved and deployed, all of this goes away. Isn't that just bizarre? I mean, like, there goes the protest blockades that were made by a 10-year-old. Like, that's weird how they're just, just happening. But they're going against police now. Look. So now apparently it's not just the ICE that's the problem. Apparently now it's police that are the problem. That's weird. It's almost like it's a shifting dynamic of whoever the authority is, the agitators have to go against. Isn't that odd how that shakes out? Yeah, get the F out of here, police. I can't imagine why the media and the Democrats aren't running on this anymore. I guess the political mileage ran out. That's weird. That is... And wonders never cease in the universe of our world. And here's, of course, another angle of the same thing. Minneapolis police are ripping down the cartel-style anti-ice blockades where leftists block vehicles, run plates, and dox agents. Tom Homan got them to cooperate, now arresting anyone put these up. This is not hard. The Democrats are the party of law and order until it's no longer expedient, and then all of a sudden they become a righteous defender of order. They allow order or disorder to continue so they can get political mileage out of it. And then when it no longer serves their purpose politically, they say, okay, enough of that. Get your butts out of here. You're getting arrested. It's almost like they're useful idiots. I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. Maybe I'm from the 80s. But this seems like a pretty clean and clear cut. You're being used, dum-dums. But by all means, open up the dildo artillery, because that's really going to prove your point. I digress. I've said dildos enough in this episode. Listen, guys, I love each and every one of you. Just the right amount that makes you feel comfortable. I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.